In order to understand why the federal government has such a huge role in student lending, you have to go back to, of all things, Sputnik. So, the Russians launched a satellite in 1957, the first man-made object in space, made headlines around the world, and it caused this freakout in the United States. And they thought, we're falling behind in the science, technology, and math race with the Soviets. We can't allow them to beat us. And in order to do that, we need to educate a bunch of new scientists. We need to educate a bunch of new mathematicians. So they created basically a student loan program for national defense. And it started out small. It was just 40,000 loans in its first year, compared to about 45 million student loan borrowers today, that were dedicated to math and science education. But as we all know, there is nothing so permanent as a temporary government program. And over the years, the government just started expanding the student loan program. The first time came in 1965 when we expanded this from just science and technology education to basically all low-income students could get a student loan from the federal government. We kept expanding it again in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. We opened it up to all students. And then flash forward a few decades later, 2021, we have over $100 billion worth of student loans going out the door every single year. We're going to make $1.2 trillion worth of student loans over the next decade alone. And the program has just slowly grown through these discretionary expansions that happen every 5 or 10 years, has grown into a $1.7 trillion behemoth, all because of Sputnik.